on people as well. And so mentioned, I have posted pictures of seeing family and have stated that we have this Cherokee blood and everything, and people know. You got a lot of people that know. You got a lot of people that know, and they'll say, they Blackfoot, they Cherokee, they this, they that, and they know that their grandmothers told them this, their family told them this. But you also have those, the Indian people that they call the natives that are more European than anything. They'll come on a page and start hating, saying you don't know your heritage, you don't know your spirituality. Y'all always
you mentioned that.
Set it on fire. This one girl said, this one girl said, y'all African people always y'all don't know where y'all come from. Y'all always saying y'all this, y'all always saying y'all that. Y'all think y'all Egyptian, y'all think y'all this. She said, y'all don't know what y'all are. Now y'all trying to say y'all Native American and this and that. I was like, man, this stuff crazy.
Man,
and they going back and forth and they getting into it with each other. Yep. I said, listen, I had to tell her, I said, listen here. I said, now you see the picture I posted, right? I say, look at my grandmother. I say, you can tell she's every bit of got Indian blood in her.
No ifs, ands, buts about it.
And the girl kept saying, well, go take a DNA test. I said, baby, listen here. My DNA test is my grandmother.
That's right.
That's the DNA test. Right. That's the roots. Well, you know me, man.
It's pretty damn simple. What's going on here? It's easier. Famous Mark Twain quote is to lie to people than to tell them they were lied to. But we got a lot of coons, we got a lot of Sambos, we got a lot of white supremacists, cocksuckers that don't want to accept the truth. Oh, if you got, if you're a black person, say you're indigenous now, and it's like, it was an FBA. It's like, no, it's not FBA, dumbass. We didn't found nothing. You don't found nothing where you're from. You just live. You just exist. So, if you find some coons are like, we're actually from Africa. It's like, are you going over there to get have homosexual prostitution, heterosexual prostitution? Are you doing some type of thing over like that, or getting cheap drugs over there? Because why are you so obsessed with Africa when it's all the 50 some odd countries over there? They're all third world. They're all impoverished, and they're not our people. They don't even look like us. A true black American, we don't even look like them. Nothing. I mean, I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying, like, we're just different people. It's like we're obfuscated to think that white supremacists basically obfuscated Africa with everybody with dark skin is from Africa, which is illogical. There's Cubans and Mexicans with darker skin than me. They're not from Africa, so it's just we have to clarify a lot of shit. I went, oh, you're still here. Oh, I'm still here. Oh, sorry about that. I was in a Discord server with an Asian guy. I don't give a shit what an Asian guy say anyway. Whether whatever happened with this Asian guy shooting a black kid, I don't know what happened with that. We can't trust anything in the media today because they're so full of lies and shit. As a rant. No, he's like, anyone. So you see, that's the thing. And he's like, going to rant like that. He's like, okay, so you as an Asian, if I confuse you with a Korean and you're actually Chinese, you're gonna get mad, right? If I confuse you, if you're Vietnamese, I confuse you with Thailand, you're gonna get mad, right? If you're Filipino and I confuse you with Japanese, you're gonna get mad, right? So everyone's allowed to get mad about being misidentified, except black people from the States. We're just a blatant African American. It's just a blatant thing. What tribe are we from in Africa? Don't know. Why do we look bigger and stockier? Oh, it's 400 years of slavery. But if it was only 400 years, we wouldn't look at it. We would still look scrawny like Africans and shit, right? Most African actors in Hollywood and Hollywood and all this shit, you could tell that they are not American. I can. Yeah, if you confuse an age type, all the Asian type people, if you confuse, get one of them confused with one another, and some of them can look similar to us Americans, they'd be mad as shit. But then when we just say declare who we are, then they're like, oh, you know, you're just everyone with dark skin is from Africa. Everyone knows that. Yeah, if we're the only people that if we declare who we are, that people get bitch and moan and get mad, and then white folks always kind of like, oh, you should be grateful to be here. You're not in Africa anymore, and all the bullshit lies that they told and shit like that. To you, to see, to some foreigner, it's a rant. To me, it's just saying who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had to go through. Basically, we had to go through uh, decades and decades and decades of lies, basically centuries of lies, essentially 2 centuries of lies. Because about 2 centuries, they started lying to us and said, "Come with this out of Africa bullshit." I noticed that even with my white supremacist acquaintances, you can be acquainted with anyone and they can have a different worldview than you, but you're like, okay, I'm just acquainted with this guy, but he's got this. I had a white acquaintance. He's like, oh, he's obsessed with this late '90s comedy with Orlando Jones. Saying, I'm thankful that we're not, like I was saying, in Africa. So this whole thing of white people want us to be, I know that with Ron DeSantis, that white folks want us to be like accepting of slavery. And then you have a lot of coons that want to go, they're still in the African American tip because they want to go there and exploit Africa. If they were truly, I know one example, one coon I met in Florida. He's saying all this shit. I want to go back to Africa, all this shit like that. But he gets a VA check. While he were not a citizenship, give him his VA check, go to Africa and become an African citizen or whatever. I mean, when I say African, I understand there's 55 countries in there, but whatever country he picks, Rwanda, whatever piece of shit war torn country he picks, go there, never come back to America. But they're always going to Florida. They're always going to DR. I just saw him update going to DR because he's probably going to go there to buy cheap prostitutes. So that's the truth, but they don't want you to know the truth. And like we were boo boo the fool, we stupid, we born last night. I know exactly what's going on. Some of these guys over there, they're addicted to boys. Some of these addicted to grown women prostitutes. Okay, that's more accepting. I accept that better. It's still stupid, but I accept that better than children or men. I'm like, okay, no. If they're into children or men, I was like, ooh, that's disgusting. A lot of these guys are creeps. We got so many creeps in the black community as well. That are sellouts, that are Uncle Tom sellouts. They join the police force, they join the military, they're that bad boss on a job, cracking the whip on another black man harder than the white man is. The white man himself, he goes after training for go in the army and betray the army and tell the enemy secrets and shit. They're gonna execute your dumb ass. Traitors are killed. They're unalive first, man, in this world. We have to say, and now YouTube so censored now we have to use the word unalive or Orwellian term because we can't say KILL without being censored. It seems pathetic, man. I don't know what y'all have heard about. I don't know if y'all heard about the whole thing of the Scary Movie, where Scary Movie, it's doing okay in theaters. It's not doing the greatest, but it's also you have all this. So people are not going to theaters much anymore anyway. But then you had the whole thing of them. The whole thing of them going to. The whole thing of them making fun of the pronouns. The black feminist female from one of the Scream movies, which was a terrible sequel. She's being attacked by Ghostface. She's being stabbed up, and she says, "Oh, don't say I'm being she's being stabbed. Just say my pronouns are they them and stuff." And so it's like, and that's very relevant today because that is a lot of people are still on that tip. People act like that went away. They did not go away because Mr. Orange Oompa came in office. We recently had him acquiesce and said he's okay with people born male if they identify as female going into the female restroom. It's like what do you identify as has nothing to do with what your sex is. You identify as a tech helicopter doesn't mean you got rotors and cannons on your wings. Okay, so identify whatever the hell you want to identify with it. but yeah, I mean, it's just getting pathetic. So we got a lot of we got the black community got to clean our own house. And it was pretty simple that the whole slave trade was a lie. The whole slave trade of we're coming off of a boat, Africa 400 years ago. What tribe are they? What? How were they bring? How would they even do accomplish this? How that would cost like $billions of dollars. It's like I'm the guy recently interviewed the moon landing hoax guy. Now I'm not a Christian. I'm not gonna go down there with that guy. I just agree on one thing: the moon landing is fraudulent, right? So if he wants to believe in white Jesus or whatever, he can do all that by himself. But I'm an independent journalist, and I wanted to cover the moon landing fraud. That's what my interest was, and I want to give that to my audience. If we got 5 or 20 people or 1,000,000 people watching, I want to give it to my audience, right? So that's what I wanted to cover on my channel. So then you go try to look at the Jesus rabbit hole, but I did want to cover how the moon landing was fraudulent and how he discovered that evidence for that. And then he go on, and I didn't really buy the guy's whole narrative of Mr. Barton Bell's whole narrative of there's certain factions are good in the Marine Corps, certain factions are bad in the Army, certain factions are good in the Marine Corps and Army. I've never seen that. I think they're all in one accord. I never seen that, and when I was in, but I was a level, but I never saw that, so I don't know about that. But I just, it seems like to me that they're only government is government, and unless you rebel against them explicitly, government is government, and so they're going to be liars. They're going to fake the funk. They're going to do whatever they want to do.
Raven wheels up for base camp. Raven wheels down and ready to load. Ready up, we're taking off. Approaching PLZ. 1 minute. Get ready. 30 seconds.
This is the same. I can't trust anything in the media today because we have a media that says that Mr. Charlie K was unalived by a cross-eyed guy with no training because he was pro-homosexual and transvestite rights. So we the same media that acts like the moon landing. If you question it, you're a son of a crazy conspiracy nut. You deserve to be ostracized by society, and you deserve to be treated as a some type of deranged lunatic. That's the society we live in. If they can't prove you wrong, they just shame you, ignore you. They took those punks out. This place is rumored to be haunted in the lore of the game. Yeah, man, I know I'm just being something casual here about a serious topic, but I'm doing this shit. But yeah, man, I'm just declaring who you are today. It's a big fucking deal. Like, no, we explain who you are. It has nothing to do with hatred for no person from Africa, Caribbean, or whatever. Y'all are who y'all are. We are who we are. I'm saying, like, we got Jamaicans, like, I don't know if they're smoking crack or I don't know if they're smoking some PCP lace weed or some shit like that, but they're going around saying, we funded hip hop. This happened to me about 6 months ago. Jamaican, in the largest city, large college town next to me, I was at the arcade there, and he just blurts out this bullshit, smoking like a cheap menthol. Yeah, by the way, Jamaicans founded hip hop. They were all Jamaicans that founded hip hop. So you have to, even your culture ain't good enough. Reggae and dancehall ain't good enough. You gotta steal our culture too. So then we have no good spokesperson today. It ain't Tyreek. It definitely ain't Umar. Tyreek created Umar, so. Declaring who you are is not has nothing to do with hate. It doesn't make you crazy or any of that type of shit. Everyone has the right to declare who they are. Asians declare who they are. White men, white people in the audience, right? If any white people listening, think about it. Every time y'all declare who y'all are, y'all are always gonna say, "I'm English descent. I'm French Cajun descent. I'm German descent. I'm Italian descent." All this bullshit, or whatever place in Europe your family hails from. It's pretty. Yeah, it looks pretty realistic. The night vision in this game looks just like that. But everyone has right to declare white supremacy is not people. Everyone has right to declare who they are except black people, especially from the states. But black people, all we're trying to do in this movement, where I just showed you the rapper Chingy, beginning of the broadcast, show you the rapper Chingy talking about who he's from, is that all we're doing is declaring where we're from. There's no hate there. There's no malice there. It's no I hate so and so. I don't like people from Africa. Hey, I never, it's like it's rare. I've never met I've only met a few African men in my life, but I've never really met one that was like proud of who they were. They always shucked the jive for the man, the white man specifically, and I never seen one that was like militant and that was like proud of who they were. Don't get me wrong. If you ever met one that was like that, I don't know. And then Jamaicans, their subculture is there's. I can't speak for all of them, but the ones I've seen in my own life recently. I was working security with a Jamaican earlier this year. Total sellout guy. And he working a little dead end security job. Straight from Kingston, right? Thick accent, straight from Kingston, right? He was talking about how they brought up Michael Jackson because the movie was about to come out. At that time, it was still a month away from getting out, and he was talking about, oh, hey, is Michael Jackson Jamaican? And it's like, dude, why do Jamaicans have to steal everything that black people do in the mainland do? They have to take it away. Black people founded R&B and really. Now they consider Michael Jackson's music pop or whatever, but really it's just basically R&B and whatever. So, but anything that a black person does, they have to take it away. They have to claim it for themselves. African Bambaataa and Heavy D, yes. Do they contribute to hip hop? Yes. They did not found it. They can make some contributions. And then it turns out that African Bambaataa was a total pervert. So it kind of it tarnishes a legacy, no matter how talented this person is. It's almost like R. Kelly. R. Kelly, no matter how talented he is, his weirdness tarnishes his crimes, and weirdness tarnishes his legacy a little bit. But and I noticed that white supremacists now, their main one that white supremacist mine is Puff Daddy and Bill Cosby. It's like they don't ever bring up all the white criminal scandals that have happened with white celebrities, like. For example, limited to when it goes on at infinitum, Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski, Kevin Spacey, and really to me, I'm not even mad at Kevin Spacey because he's a homo. He was openly homo for a long time, and he went to another homo and propositioned him in the 80s or some shit. Like, who gives a shit if they're two homos? Who gives a shit? But if the homo wasn't interested, he just calmly said, "I'm not interested." But the homo waited a decade, like 3 decades, to come after Kevin Spacey after it was long over. I mean, come on, man. The Me Too movement was a complete farce. But you can't tell people that they're gonna get mad, and you tell them that why these women and all these, even the male victims, why they even wait this long to come after a guy. I consider 2 weeks to compose yourself. 2 weeks after you've been violated to compose yourself. Yeah, I get that. But anything longer than 2 weeks, then come on. sun's rising
ETA, 1 minute.
in the game. I mean, this game is, I got this for free for being an Army veteran for regiment, and this game is, I bought a new PC. This game is beautiful, and the detail is insane. I mean, I got most of the settings maxed out, but the detail is insane. Eventually, hopefully, they come out with optimization better for this game. So, a powerful PC like mine, current PC is, can run it better.
This is Raven arriving shortly near your position. ETA, 30 seconds. Landing, get in, go! Get ready, we're moving out.
So yeah, the white man, he's Mr. Fuller talk. Mr. Fuller didn't talk about history. I have to talk about it because we got so many lies going on that we want to clear up the whole situation here. Like I brought before, any person like white people call them the wrong type of European, they're gonna get mad. Asians call them the wrong type of Asian, they're gonna get mad.
Approaching the LZ, 30 seconds. Exfil completed. Good to have you back.
Then if it turns out if it turns out that we're delusional, if black people are delusional about this movement, and turns out we the white man's lie was right. Okay, we were from Africa or some shit. Like, let's be delusional. That's our problem. I think that this creature here is a lady boy. That's why she's so mad all the time in our chats. This game was developed by a Czech company similar to Tarkov, looter shooter. Interesting. I mean, I can't complain about the price. I got it for free, and I spent $20 in the DLC to get more weapons. But you can't complain about the price. Military service is the price, right? So yeah, so they got M1A, AK, the M14, and semi-auto, MP7 as weapons similar to AK, but not the same. At VZ58.
Raven dispatched. Moving to base camp.
Damn.
Raven on station and ready to pick you up. Strap in, we're heading out.
Game's pretty realistic too. But there's, I think the enemies right for now are bullet sponges. It's pretty annoying because you're not taking multiple throwaway rounds. I can't admit this. I mean, I just want to shoot in the day, and you're not taking
Get ready. 1 minute. We're getting close. 30 seconds.
Are you flying lower?
Move out!
Here. Yeah, as a real estate agent, even racism can affect my opportunities. If a guy, foreigners typically want to work with white people. Europeans will typically want to work with their white cousins in the States. It's um, the fuck. I don't know where am I supposed to put this shit? No, where am I supposed to be looking for here? Because I can't hold the statue back. You just said that in the chat. Cheat. Let me look up a guide.
Outside the circle at a POI called Ragged Houses, 203-137. This is where we were for the initial step, the first step of it. Just go straight right. There's a pathway you can follow to come down. There's a pathway. You end up taking out a couple of the AI here. You come inside this house, and right here you hit inspect and report. you to locate a strange altar. And then, let's see, their altar, probably just a local cult. Keep digging. I'm sure if you search hard enough, you'll find a closet full of Kool-Aid and tinfoil hats. So, we're going to go back up to the actual house of prayers again.
So yeah, this is some crazy cult shit going on. What I'm trying to say is that I mean, when there's nothing wrong declaring who you are, but for some reason, there's a big problem when we do it. Hello.
And see if we can find it all back to the way it is when you first do. Is you're going to go in here, you're going to go up the stairs. This door here would be locked, and this door here would be locked. You have to kick it open. So to access it, you got to come out here, and you got to jump and not hit that window so you don't break any legs. But you run the jump, and then you're going to come. over here to the balcony, crawl over. All you gotta do now is get back to your main base or cop and turn in that item to that will update your task, and then to run the jump. And then you're gonna come over here to the balcony, crawl over, go through the window. Now go over here to the blue carpet. You're gonna pick up the weird book.
Damn it, what? The death screens are always funny in these type of games. It's the same way every time. I had more time when I got a headshot. I didn't know there was any. The guy saw me when I popped him up from stealth and cover.
Hurry up and get in.
I take my time and do the headshot thing, but when I'm just engaging quickly, I'm just gonna pop them in the chest, like real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to engage there. What
Approaching the LZ. 1 minute.
the heck? Well, it must be live streaming.
Get ready. 30 seconds.
want is just to be given what I'm owed, and European colonials, other foreigners, and other people treat us with respect. That's all I want. I don't want much. Hello. MP7 so compact. Hello. Mm-hmm.